That's not waterproof at all. What's going on, everybody? We're gonna have some lunch today, and we're gonna go put a hole in my building over there for a door. So let's go check out what we got going on. I've never done anything like this before. It should be fun. All right, this is the building. That's the door. I'm not sure, but you can probably tell that it's been here for a while. And there's my lunch. So we measured the center of the wall. The problem is that the sidewalk goes like this. So if you look up here, that's the purlin up there. That's where the door is. I'm gonna flip around to the other side. So it's very not straight on the ground side. So we're gonna have to like pitch the door up and shim it. But we're about ready to cut a hole, I think. It's got the fan going because it's a little warm in here. So what we did is we drilled holes so that we can mark all the corners out. And then he pulled that insulation out of there because we're gonna cut the building open. And then I told him, I don't know, we're gonna throw a lot of sparks. So I said we should probably have a fire extinguisher ready. I know we have them out here because I had to pay for them. There's one. Ugh. Let's just set this over here because I don't think metal buildings burn that well, but I bet insulation does. And better to be prepared. So I think we're ready to cut now. Hit that panel, huh? Yeah. That's not waterproof at all. Half done. Yeah, that screw is pretty fucked up, dude. You might have to cut that trim out to get on it square. And maybe drop a size. Or cut it, either way. Might be easier from the back. So we're shimming that bottom part there so that the door sits straight, and then we'll fill it in with something, I don't know yet, and then we just got to trim this out. So overall it actually went in pretty good. Now we have daylight. All right, we got it leveled in the hole. Obviously with the sidewalk going down, there's a gap there, so we're gonna fill that in with some like mortar mix, and then I gotta buy some trim to go up and around the frame because we didn't have the right trim and I thought we would. So that's where we're at. All right, because I have severe ADHD and really suck at following up on things. It's been about 2 weeks since we installed this door. We had to go to our local Menards shop and we had to get some trim. So I went and bought trim, but then the trim wasn't thick enough to go around the ribs. So we kind of had to finagle it a little bit. So there's the trim there that I bought. And then this we had laying around, which I don't love that. It's the first time I'm actually looking at it. My employee trimmed it out. I would have gone a little bit longer. So, and we don't have those screws back in there. So I think we'll do another piece of trim there. We'll go longer to go over the door. and then we'll seal it with some caulking. So we'll do like a slit right there, come past it. The water can then come down the wall instead of rolling into it. And we definitely need to seal that up. We can't have a gap there. You'll have bugs and birds and all sorts of stuff in there, but that's the door leveled out, wedged in. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna show you how this thing is mounted if you're trying to put one into a metal building that maybe you put in and you want to see how it works. So I wish I could tell you where I got this door from. It's been a long time. If you just like research like industrial metal doors, something like that, you'll be able to find it. But basically the door frame and the housing come on this metal piece, and it has adjustable brackets right there that you can put into your purlin. So this is adjustable. You can move it up and attach it. That keeps it up there. And then on the bottom, it actually comes with hardware to self-tap into the concrete. So that's how we secured the door once we got it all level and everything, so that it opens nice and easy. I've got cardboard on it right now because my shop looks like this and I don't need everyone in town peeking their head through. What we did here is this is just a concrete mix on this side. So I packed it up under there. You can see it actually coming out of there. And I use this to just shove it in there. And down on the tighter side here, I used just a little painter stick. So I just kept packing it in there. It did take a lot longer than I thought it would, but we got it in there. We got it good. This is watertight now. It's rained, I think 2 or 3 times since we did that. And it's worked out pretty good. But on this side, it's still open a little bit. You can see where it started coming through. We are not quite done yet, and I'll show you what our plan is there. This door should be locked. But yeah, the door is in. We actually have this building set up to do 2 more windows here and here. And it's actually these pieces here that make the framing. And I'll walk you to the other side because we have some of these in, but we don't have any windows in. Basically, I didn't want, it's a town of like 400 people. So I didn't want people just sneaking peeks in here while we were working or seeing what equipment I have and thinking they were going to break in, because places around here get broken into. All right, so that's what this framing is here with our powder on it. That's a structural frame, basically, like you would frame out in a wood building for this metal building. So we just haven't got around to putting the windows in yet, but one day we will. But I'm gonna show you real quick before we wrap this up what I plan on doing on the outside with that gap, because what we want to do is kind of smooth it out a little bit so that there's not such a big transition from the sidewalk into the building. We don't need people like catching a shoe on there and tripping. All right, so this high strength concrete mix, that's what I use for under the door. And then we're gonna use this vinyl cement patch to get a nice smooth transition off of that door frame, which should work out pretty good. I will warn you, if you do one of these doors, they are not cheap. This thing was over $1,000, but it's very well insulated. It's very high fire rating and it's solid. It's a really good solid door. It comes with the handle and the lock installed. It's the simplest thing to install. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Make sure to subscribe and follow along for more content. We still have that whole building to build out, so there'll be stuff on that. I've got my S10 project I'm still working on, the Cobalt flip. We've got this Corvette project. Those brakes are almost done, so that video will be up soon. And then we're gonna get back to the paint and body on it. So tons of stuff coming up. You'll wanna subscribe to follow along on all.